I'm Sandeep, and I work in Indpro as a technical architect. So my first goal is always to understand the exact requirements of the client, to understand from them what exactly are they looking for. Because what happens is words, when we speak, words don't always communicate everything. It's unless you dig deep, unless you sit with them, unless you see what they're doing, it's sometimes really hard when you're sitting in two different geographical locations and trying to communicate with the client and understand what they really want. So the most important job of a software developer when you're starting a job, such kind of a job, is to understand really well what they need and how they need it. And that comes with a lot of interrogative sessions, so to speak. You'll have to interrogate them. Okay, why do you want this? Why? When do you want it? How do you want it? What kind of technology you're looking for? Do you have a benchmark in your mind, or do you have a sample app that you can show me? Okay, this is how it should work, and that's how it should work. I think transparency and honesty are the most important pillars of this communication that we're talking about with the clients, because they should also be transparent and we should also be transparent. If you're stuck somewhere, if you are missing something information, you need to be transparent and honest with the client. Okay, you know what, I think you forgot to give me this, or maybe this was never discussed, or maybe can I get more information on this part of the aspect of the application. When they expect transparency and honesty with me, I expect the same from them, right? I kind of expect also that about the usages of the softwares, right? What kind of target audience are we talking about, and things like that. What kind of futuristic goals does this software have? Does it so that while developing it, I can inculcate them. I can think about all those futuristic things and all the stakeholders and all the users that this software is gonna be catering to, and then I can develop and architect it properly, design it properly, and then more futuristically. So that's the kind of expectations I have from clients. And also, if something is changing, or if the management decides to make something else, build something else, some other module, instead of focusing on this module right now, it should be communicated immediately, so that we don't waste time of the client and of ourselves. So if you think about mistakes the client make, I think they become biased and prejudiced sometimes when explaining things to the developers, and it's kind of natural for a human being, because when you are living in India, let's say for example, and you explain something about India to somebody, you assume certain things, that he would have prior experience about India, that okay, we don't have harsh colds here, we don't see snow here, and things like that. So it's kind of assumed, because we are here, we are kind of biased. So we overlook, while explaining things to people, we overlook these details, which somebody who is living in, let's say, Greenland might not know. He would require those nuances also. He would require those nitty-gritties to be explained to him, because he is not from the same environment, he's not from the same background, he doesn't have the previous experience that you also possess. And obviously, because it's in your head, it's in the client's head, they assume that they have communicated it all well, but sometimes words don't communicate everything. Maybe explain it to us as like you'll explain to a 5-year-old kid or something, as they say it. So that kind of try to remove that assumptions and bias while explaining ideas and requirements to the developers, and obviously be transparent about anything and everything related to the softwares or the application.